Here are the best things you can do to set your kids up financially. My name's Carrie Green. I'm a financial planner and co-founder of Green Era Financial. In all the years that I've been helping people with their finances, I've seen many successful actions that parents have taken to help set their kids up financially, and I'm going to share some of those with you. So here we go. The first successful action is something that many people don't even realize you can do, which is that if you have a business, you can employ your children. And in fact, you can even employ your children as long as they're doing legitimate work for your business and potentially pay them tax-free. Now, here's how it works. Let's say you hire your underage children to do some tasks for you. Maybe that's cleaning the company cars or running off to the post office or helping update your social media accounts for your business. Or maybe it's data entry or modeling for your business, etc. There's a bunch of different ways they can legitimately help your business. Then if you do that, you can pay them in exchange for the work that they do, just like any other employee. Now, depending on the type of business entity that you have, whether it's a sole proprietorship or an LLC partnership or an S Corp, etc., the rules differ on whether or not you have to pay payroll taxes or not. But let's say you hire one of your underage children and they do legitimate work for your business and you pay them $13,850 for the year. Now, since you've paid them for work that they've done, they file a tax return and they file that tax return as a single individual. Well, the standard deduction for a single individual, at least for 2023, is $13,850. So you pay them $13,850, they deduct $13,850, making their federal income tax zero. What you can do with the funds that you pay your kids is you can put that into a savings account or maybe a college savings fund or a Roth IRA, for example. Now, if you hired your child at 8 years old, by the time they're 18, they could potentially have $100,000 to $200,000 saved up by then. Another successful action you can do is when your kid turns 18, if they're still living with you, you could charge them rent. Now, you might be like, wait, I thought we were trying to set our kids up financially. Like, how would that help them? Well, let me tell you a story. A client of mine, when her son turned 18, she started charging him $500 a month for rent while he was living with her. Then when he was 25 years old, he wanted to move out. And she sat down with him and said, well, look, this whole time that I've been charging you $500 in rent, I've actually been taking that money and putting it in a savings account for you. So here's $42,000 that you can use to go buy your first home, which is something that's pretty cool. And he didn't even know about it until she told him at that point. So that's another thing you can do to potentially help set your kids up financially. Another brilliant successful action is helping to instill some habits and education on the subject of personal finance. And here's what I mean by that. A close friend of mine, when her daughter was just 3 years old, she sat down with her daughter and made a list of all the different chores that she could do and basically assigned a value to each chore. $5 for this and $3 for that and $10 for this based off of how much time and work it would take to get that chore done. Now, whenever her daughter would do one of these chores, she would then sit down with her daughter and have her take 25% of whatever she earned and put it aside for taxes, which really just went towards her college savings, right? And then also take 10% and put that towards an emergency fund for the future. Now, this isn't something that's particularly novel or original in nature. A lot of parents do this, but the difference is she would consult her child. So every time she would sit down with her daughter and go over, okay, you earn $10, let's take this much, and this is the portion for taxes, we have to do that, and then this is for emergency savings, what do you want to do with the difference? And from a very early age, her daughter was sort of learning that these are things you should do, like paying taxes and setting aside for an emergency fund, and it consulted her willingness. By the time she was 11 years old, she had well over 20 grand saved up for emergency fund and taxes, her college savings, which is pretty cool. Last but not least, another successful action that you can take to help set your kids up for financial success is something my dad did for me when I turned 18. He went and added me as an authorized user to a couple of his credit cards without actually giving me access to those cards. And that was super helpful because when I was in my early 20s and I, now needed to rent an apartment or get a car or a cell phone of my own and needed some credit, I had an established credit history and it helped me a lot. And there you go. Those are 4 different actions that you can take to help set your kids up for financial success and also teach them personal finance from an early age. And as always, if you'd like to learn more about how we help people with financial planning or wealth management, or you just have some questions or want to chat, feel free to go to our website and reach out. We're always happy to help. Thanks for watching.